Samantha Tatiana, and we're going to continue with the compatibility of the LifePath 8. Today is your day. So thank you guys for being so patient. So on this platform, we talk about numbers for your health, happiness, and peace. But guess what, guys? I am also your energy alignment expert here, and I'm so excited to be coming onto this platform and sharing a little bit more of the energy expertise that I have and that I do here with my students. Okay, with my students, and now coming onto this platform and sharing it with a bigger heart, with more fullness, okay, with you guys. But we're gonna continue with this series because I cannot wait to be completely done with this. So thank you for being so patient, because you guys definitely have. So here with it, okay? All right. So LifePath 8 has a rep, okay, and that reputation has everything to do with material gain, material wealth, okay? Everyone believes that the LifePath 8 either has a lot of money, they are so rich, they have all of this abundance. That's not the case, okay? With the LifePath placement, okay? So usually when it comes to the LifePath, the 8 energy tends to struggle with finance, okay? Finance. The 8 energy, usually when you're a LifePath 8, you could be extremely fanatical spiritualist, okay? So you may have placed a lot of shame on money, or you may feel like, you know, money is the root of all evil. Or you may find yourself having so much money but not knowing what to do with it. You probably struggle with needing to open up your heart, or feeling that you even have a heart, because maybe the world had told you that you are too cold and that you are too focused, that your heart does not exist. And I'm here to tell you, nonsense. Your heart does exist. And in fact, the 8 vibration tends to have one of the most powerful in bringing things to life from a spiritual aspect. Because if we are just stuck on spirituality, then we are usually in la la land. And the 8 energy is all about bringing things to life, okay? So what they may call you guys to be having no heart will be you expressing your heart through the things you bring to life. That's how you can prove that you have a heart. In fact, you don't need to prove it. Listen, we get to do this because of you guys. We get to have a phone because of my 8s, okay? Okay? All right, so we're going to talk about what are these other vibrations that also have their challenges and their trials and tribulations. How can they help you reach a level of completion with your vibrational design? So LifePath 8, well, LifePath 1. This vibration is coming together to understand compassion, understanding, reason, okay? Both of you guys have strong leaderships, and you guys can really take things to a whole nother level. However, you guys can be so focused that you can lose touch that everything that's happening around you guys is for you guys to be able to slow it down a little bit and do some self-evaluation on how can this actually help me open up more and understand the value of coming to a conclusion together, or wholesome together, okay? So a LifePath 8 energy with the 1 energy is coming together to activate that level of understanding that y'all both can recognize that y'all both work very hard, which will activate the energy of compassion for each other and create magic. LifePath 8 with the LifePath 2. You guys are here because y'all need one another to understand the value of self. Both of you are working to get things done, to have an outcome of life. Both of you are here to observe self. You guys need to do some self-development. You guys need to observe that it's not all about work, 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 work. You guys also need to come to this realization of understanding the importance of what y'all both need. Okay? What you need for yourself and from others. Okay? And the 2 energy has this gentleness that really helps the 8 energy prioritize better. Right? And the 8 many times will need to understand that prioritizing is not only a personal gain, but it's also a gain of self-awareness that allows you to have better lens on to understand that there's so much more the world has to offer, and other people in other situations also have strong potential. And sometimes you can only see one direction and one direction only, missing out on other opportunities that could have helped you get to the next level. LifePath 8 with a LifePath 3. You guys are here because y'all need to learn how to work together. And although y'all do very well with one another, working together is your teacher. Working together is necessary for the both of you guys. And although y'all great together, the 3 energy knows how to make that 8 smile and kind of loosen up a little bit. And also that 8 energy knows how to teach the 3 to, you know, get a little more on the seriousness and try to, you know, ground itself to get the task done. So although you guys are good for one another, you are here to learn how to work together. There may be some conflict at times with working together because, you know, the 3 energy may feel very stuck and very like disconnected with feeling really authentic, and it's true in its trueness, let's put it like that. And the 8 energy don't have time to entertain that, and it's like, listen, we don't have time to find your true self. We need you to get the job done, right? However, the 8 energy, you need that energy to kind of humble you, to be able to see, oh wow, I need to lighten up a little bit to be able to tap into my greatness as well. So the 3 energy has a way of opening hearts. It is that it has the key, and the key wants to always, you know, find the truth. And the 8 energy, although you are about getting the task done, you need to balance out a little bit of that joy and happiness and funness. Okay? All right. LifePath 8 with the LifePath 4. You guys tend to do really, really good together. Honestly, the 8 and the 4 have a strong connection together. However, the 8 energy can irritate the 4 at times, because the 4 is a little bit more on the balance relating to emotions, right? It is very fiery, but it's fiery because it really wants to, you know, get the job done and it done right. The 8 energy is not about necessarily getting the job right, it's getting the job done, okay? So, and they're very different, okay? Because the 4 energy is about getting the job, you know, done with sincerity. You know, it really wants to put its heart in it. It wants to put its sweat in it and wants to know, listen, I did that, right? And the 8 is just like, we have to mass produce here. Next, right? However, if the 8 learns to understand the value of the 4 life path vibration, and it needs to make things with sincerity and care and gentleness, they will open up to this realization that everything that has been manifested into reality is coming from somebody desiring it from a need base, right? Sometimes the 8 energy could just be focusing on like, listen, we just gotta get it done, right? but there was a reason why it was needed. Just like phones being made, right? There was a reason. People were not close with their families anymore. They were in different countries and they needed to communicate, right? So it wasn't just a convenient thing that the phones were made, right? It was made because it helped hearts connect with other hearts from a distance. All right? So these two tend to work very well together. They do good together. It's just understanding, having that neutral ground of why you both are coming together. Okay, so usually the 4 and the 8 both need to learn how to loosen up. Actually, both of them, yeah. However, if the 8 tends to have that level of compassion and care, it can understand the 4 energy. All right, so the 8 life path with the 5. These two may have a lot of passionate arguments. Okay, a lot of passionate arguments. You guys may find yourself disagreeing in many things, and it's hard for you to kind of understand. Remember that the problem of the 5 is commitment, right? So that does not mean commitment like they want to leave you. No, they very committed to being in this relationship. They're very committed to staying with you, right? And the 8 energy sometimes is like, it's over. It's like, listen, just go already, just go. Right? And the 5 energy is here to kind of help the 8 again, kind of expand its wings, although there's no expanding it in that sense, because the 8 is very rigid and very like, it's going to follow one way and one way only, right? But the 5 is here to give the 8 the understanding that things can expand, and they can see that, right? And even if they cannot expand it within themselves solely or only, they can utilize others around them to create magic. 8 with the LifePath 6. These two numbers, believe it or not, although it's beautiful, it sounds amazing, it's very hot and cold type of relationship. You know, you never know what you get. You never know what you get. This relationship can be a very karmic relationship. There's times that, you know, you guys are inflamed with each other. You can't get enough of each other. And then there's times where you're just like, listen, I'm just gonna stick here because this is all I get. This is the most I'm gonna get. And honestly, there's so much more that you guys can do together, because the 6 is very fruitful and the 8 energy is the supplier. It's really the one that can actually bring things that the 6 energy needs, right? But they both have to have a level of respect for one another and its energy and how it's being used in order for these two to thrive together. But there's a lot of potential in these two if they can both do the healing work and stop the codependency. Usually the 6 life path is very codependent, and remember the 8 energy is like, listen, I want to help, but it's too much. You are very emotionally, you know, out of balance, and I just don't know how I can help you. And it could get very irritated, because then the 8 energy would always try to like either buy you something to accommodate what they feel like you need. Maybe, oh, you need this, and maybe it worked for a little bit, and it brings fulfillment for the 6 for a little bit. But the 6, although it loved the material world as well, and it has an eye for fashion and flavor and taste for nature and elements and things like that, it feels like this is not it. This cannot just be it. So it's always seeking for fulfillment. And the 8 energy is just like, it gets very tired based on just doing that. Okay? So now, Life Path 8 with Life Path 7. So these two tend to have a very harmonious kind of relationship, okay? You guys tend to come together and have this like, you guys tend to thrive together. You do very well together. The 8 energy is really good with like doing what it needs to do, and the 7 also like its space, right? So the 7, when it needs something done, it knows that the 8 can execute and can get it done. The 7 tend to be very flexible when it comes to the 8. energy. So relationship wise, you guys can tend to like hear each other out. You understand, you're like, oh, okay, this is just his way, or this is just her way of doing things. But you know what, it may not make sense to me, but the end result will make sense. So the 7 energy tend to respect that, and the 8 likes that because it allows the 8 to just do what it needs to do. I hope that makes sense. Do it make sense un poquito? Okay. All right. Life Path 8 with the Life Path 9. So this is the combination. You two together can really make a lot of things happen. Beautiful things happen. A lot of discipline in this relationship. There's a lot of like structure in this relationship. You guys really have an appreciation for each other's gifts, and you guys tend to find that, you know, when you set your mind as one, you guys can get things done very beautifully. So I find that these two relationships tend to thrive very well together. I'm not sure if I did Life Path 8 with Life Path 8, so I'm gonna just do it right now. So Life Path 8 with Life Path 8, you guys again are twin flames, but these two tend to like each other. You guys tend to like really like one another for what y'all do. Y'all both feel very validated and heard by each other and very seen by each other. Twin flames tend to have those two options. Either y'all love each other or y'all don't. But these two tend to really have a balance. So most of the time you guys will have children that are totally the opposite, and that's where you guys are going to be a little bit challenged by, because your children are going to really show you what you guys need to heal and develop. Okay, Life Path 8 with Life Path 11. So these two, you guys mean business. Y'all probably work very well with big communities, big projects, making connections. You guys coexist with each other very well and just create this friction of harmony, and it can create like magic, beautiful things together. Okay, so I really see the Life Path 8 and the Life Path 11 really creating very well together. Sometimes it can be a little bit friction because, you know, that 11 energy, depending on the stage that it's in, could either be a very clingy vibration or it can be a very independent vibration. And if it's independent, usually it goes very good with the 8. If it's very clingy, it may irritate the 8. However, the maturity will come when the two come together, that they can create healing and oneness. Okay, good job. I don't know why I did that, but good job. All right, so Life Path 8 with Life Path 22. So you two are needing to come together because y'all need to learn how to loosen up and have fun. Y'all need to come together to experience life together. So I think with both of you, you're gonna be able to have both. You're gonna be able to have the trust to be able to explore, to travel, to do so many things, to like really see, you know, the sky's the limit. Honestly, I really see that the 8 and the Life Path 22 tend to do very good together. You guys trust that what y'all put out there can definitely, you know, bear fruit. Okay, Life Path 8 with the Life Path 33. So these two, when they come together, they both bring a sense of magic together. There is like beauty in the great creation. Okay, also understand that the 33 needs a lot of grounding, and the 8 energy is about grounding itself, right? It needs to ground itself. It's going to develop a lot of grounding that will help the 33, right? But the 33 will also help the 8 vibration tap into its imagination, right? Its ability to see things beyond its physical limits, right? So the 33 will help that 8 to see beyond. Okay, so it's so powerful to see these two come together and create beauty, magic, and art as one. Okay, so with that being said, thank you for watching the compatibility for the 8 energy. As you can see, there's really no vibration that says that you guys are not meant to be together. You guys are going to irritate each other because you guys are meant to evolve. You guys are meant to mature that irritation. And when I say mature that irritation, meaning that that irritation no longer has control over you. You have control over it. You have anxiety. You have to learn how to use anxiety in your favor. If you have anger, you have to use anger in your favor. For example, one of the examples that I give to most of my students, if you have anger, go do some push-ups. What is that doing? Once you do push-ups, it's giving power to your heart. Your heart is moving that rage, that stress that is pulsating the heart in such a weak way that it burns out and release that stress out, making your heart healthy and strong again, right? As opposed to stay in anger where it weakens your liver, right? It gives you poor digestion, and it also has your stomach completely weak, right? So you want to be able to do these things because they really help you to thrive, to rise, to escape. Right? So the 8 energy tends to know how to do these things, whether it's aware of it or not. Whether it's aware of it or not. All right, guys, but with that being said, I'm so grateful that we made it to this LifePath series of the compatibility for the LifePath 8. So now stay tuned for the LifePath 9. Bye, guys.